What is up, YouTube? So I'm really excited. Welcome to my channel. This is my first video. For those of you who know me, you know this is really out of my comfort zone, but I'm excited to finally doing this and to finally be being here and getting the show on the road. It's about time, right? So yeah, this is basically my signature go-to daytime look. Basically, if I'm running errands, going shopping, going to the movies, doing whatever, this is the look I will wear when I'm out in the daytime. Nighttime will be a little bit different for me. If y'all would like to see that, leave a comment. I'll be happy to do that for you. But for right now, like I said, this is, oh my gosh, this is just my daytime look. If y'all like this, be sure to like the video, be sure to subscribe, and I love you all, and I will see you soon. Hello everyone. So to start, I'm going to be picking up my Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. I'm going to be putting it all over my lid and into my brow. This primer is the only eye primer I trust. It is awesome. It will keep your shadow and brow makeup in place all day long. I can wear it out for like 8-9 hours and I will still be good to go by the end of the night. And voila, I have brows. I didn't film this because honestly I think it's kind of boring to watch me do eyebrows. But if you want to see a tutorial on how I do mine, feel free to let me know, leave a comment, and I will be happy to do that for you guys. I picked up the shadows Crepe and Toffee from the Lorac Megaa Pro 3 palette. These shadows are really close to my skin tone, which is what I want for now. These shadows are just going to serve as my blenders. It's going to make the blending process easier down the road when I've got more intense, darker, more dramatic shadows on. The reason I picked this brush is because when you're blending, you want something that's going to make your eyeshadow look very seamless, almost airbrushed. You want something that is going to be very fluffy and very long, and that's exactly what this brush is. If you were to use a shorter and denser brush, the shadow would not come out right. It would not be blended, it would be very harsh, there would be lines, and it would not be cute. And we'll blend and blend. You can never blend too much, girl, I promise. So next I'm going to be picking up the shades Hickory and Maple, and I love these shades. Oh my gosh, they're so gorgeous. They remind me of fall so much. It's really nice on this winter day because it's snowing where I'm at and it's not fun. So the brush I'm using is shorter and denser. It is made for precision and more precise applications like I'm doing right now. Right now I'm keeping these shadows into my crease and focusing the shadows on my outer corner of my eye. This is really going to give the eye a lot of dimension. Since we are working with darker shadows, you're really going to want to blend this stuff out. If not, then you're going to have harsh lines. It's not going to be cute. It's going to look chunky almost. It's not going to be very seamless at all. So next I'm picking up Modern Renaissance and my Pixie Glow Mist. I'm wetting my brush with this spray and I'm picking up the shade Primavera. And girl, oh my gosh, I need a minute. This shade is gorgeous. I've used so many golds for eyeshadows because I think they're so pretty, but this is the one that I go to all the time. When I first swatched this shade, I about fell over in the store. It was ridiculous. I still love this shade so much. It looks good on everybody. I don't see anything wrong with it at all. I'm using my Morphe M441 brush to apply this. It's a flat brush. I really like using flat brushes for metallic shadows just because I feel like they apply better with a flat brush. I don't know, it maybe it's just my preference, but this is what I use. And the reason I wet my brush is because when you do that, you can use water, you can use eye drops, you can use a spray like I just used. It really makes the color pop that much more. I don't know what it is, but they just become so much more pigmented when you wet your brush. I'm applying this all over my lid, even over top of some of that brown shadow that I applied, just because this is the color that I want to stand out. I don't want this to be a smoky eye, even though it could be a daytime smoky eye, if you will. I don't want the smokiness to be the main attraction. I want the gold to really pop. So I'm picking up Burnt Orange and Raw Sienna from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going back with my Morphe M441 brush with this. I'm going just right over top of my crease. Sometimes with the flat brush and wetting your shadows, when you apply them, it can kind of look like a cut crease sometimes, which is great if that's what you're going for, but that's not what I'm going for right now. I want this to be very subtle and blended out. And these shadows, they're not overbearing at all. These are great blenders, which is why I chose them to blend everything out. So now that everything is blended to perfection and the shadow is all on, it's time for the eyeliner. And I'm going to be using the Maybelline Gel Eyeliner in Blackest Black, using my Anastasia brush number 12, I believe. To apply this, I will list all my products and everything down below, I promise you all. But yeah, this eyeliner is my favorite of all time to work with. It's very easy, believe it or not. Easier than most liquid eyeliners. I don't really care to use those just because I think they get messy. And those things smell fear. I promise you they do. I don't know. I just prefer my gel eyeliners. They don't smudge on me. They're really easy to work with. It's just my preference, y'all. And I'm doing the same thing to the other eye. And I'm pulling my skin taut. I know it's not something I should do, but I can't help it. It's just easier for me to get a really precise line. I'm going to be picking up my House of Lashes. I think they're Seductress. Like I said, I'll list everything down below. And I'm using a coat of mascara. I'm using the Better Than Sex mascara, the waterproof. Now, usually I do not prefer waterproof because it's too tacky, too clumpy, and it's too hard to get off. However, when I wear false lashes, I do. Because it's so tacky, I really like that because when I apply false lashes, I will squeeze my natural lashes and my false lashes together so that even though everybody knows you're wearing false lashes, it looks more, in quote, natural. Just so that I'm trying to say, like, you can't see your natural lashes and your fake lashes. Have y'all ever seen that? Like, I don't think it looks good. So yeah, that's why I do that. I just apply mine with tweezers and the House of Lashes adhesive. In, I don't know, there's a black and a white one. I don't know if they have specific names. I just use the black one. And yeah, just apply them lashes, girl. It's honestly gotten a lot easier for me to apply fake lashes than to make my natural lashes look good. I know that's crazy, but I've gotten to that point. Alright, now that we're ready to flutter away, I'm just going to be fixing my eyeliner. I'm going to be adding a little more of that gel eyeliner on top of the lash band to try and hide it a little bit. Like I said, even though everybody knows your dirty little secret, you want to try and hide it as much as you can. You know, you don't want to be obvious about it. So now that we're done with the eyes, it's time to move on to the face. And for the primer, I'm going to be using the NYX Angel Veil primer. You guys, I love this primer so freaking much. It gives you such a pretty luminosity, and it's a good primer in itself, but the luminosity is what sold me. Like, you could spend, what, $40 on the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, when this one will give you the same exact effect. It is so pretty, so inexpensive, like, go NYX. I would definitely recommend using a face primer no matter what, just so that your makeup stays and doesn't crease or fade all day long. Primers really do help you all. So for foundation, I'm going to be going in with the Josie Maran Vibrancy foundation. Y'all, oh my gosh, this stuff is so good, it makes my redneck come out. Like, seriously though, it is so gorgeous. Maybe it's the esthetician in me, but I love the fact that it makes your skin look so radiant and so glowy without looking greasy. I have combination skin, which means I'm oily in my T-zone and I'm dry in other places, and I still don't look greasy. It's so weird, but this foundation, I don't know what kind of voodoo magic is going on in it, but it's amazing. I suggest everybody go out and buy a bottle. And to apply it, I'm using my Morphe M441 brush, which is an amazing brush. I really, really like this one. I really like an IT Cosmetics brush that is similar to it. I'm not sure what it's called or what the number is, but I can list it down below. This one is a lot cheaper, and I don't know, like, it's more dense than the IT Cosmetics brush is, which I like. I don't know, like, there's just something about it. There's something magical about this brush as well. I'm really going to make sure that I blend everything into my hairline, onto my jaw. Just be sure that no skin is showing. I do understand that this foundation looks a little darker in the video, and that's because it is. I don't know, I'm so pale, like, I'm very self-conscious of it, so I don't want to look washed out when I apply my concealer. So that's why this foundation is just a hair darker than me. But when it's all said and done, you won't be able to tell at all, I promise. It'll all work out, girlfriend. So for concealer, I'm going in with the Tarte Shape Tape. Guys, this concealer is perhaps the best concealer I have ever used. I work at Ulta, and I have sold so many people on this stuff. When people ask me like what kind of concealer I recommend, I'm always like, girl, sit down, like let me put this Shape Tape concealer on you, and just about everybody has loved it. It has changed my life. It's changed my life for the better. And yeah, you're just gonna watch me paint my face for a minute. This stuff is so full coverage. I don't know how they did it, but it's so light at the same time. Like, it's not heavy. It doesn't feel heavy on your face at all, but it's just so full coverage and covers so much ground. Like, I don't know. Tarte did an amazing job with this stuff. So to apply my concealer, I will just use the Real Techniques beauty sponge. I really like this way of applying my concealer because I feel like it blends it out better than any other brush. If you use a brush, I feel like it will steal a lot of that product when you wipe. Like, that's why I don't wipe with this beauty blender. I will pat and I will dab, just because it won't be harsh like it would if you were to blend it out with a brush. It's very seamless. It's very blended out with this beauty blender. Plus, it will soak up the excess. I kind of want to try using the booby sponge, the silicone. I don't know. I'm just stuck on this right now. I really love the beauty sponge. Also, get this puppy wet. I know people who use this dry, and it kills me. Like, it breaks my heart. I'm like, no, they're meant to be used wet, I promise. And then I get it wet for them, and I force them to use it, and I'm like, look, this will change your life. And they're like, oh, you right, though. So yeah, I'm just using the flat side of the sponge to blend out the rest of my face, just to be sure that all of the excess product is soaked up, just so that everything is seamless. And then I'm going to be going in with my Cover FX translucent powder. I really like this stuff because it is, again, what do you know, it's luminous. It's the only luminous translucent powder I've been able to find, and I love this stuff. It has lasted me for so long. And it's so pretty. Like, a little goes a very long way with this stuff. And I'm using a Morphe E2 brush, a big old fluffy brush, to apply this stuff. And I'm just applying this powder to set my face. If you were to use like a colored foundation, I think it's a little bit too cakey. Whereas a translucent powder, it will not get cakey, and I really like that. So for bronzer, I'm using a powder bronzer. I'm using the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. It is life. I freaking love this bronzer so much. It is a neutral tone, so it looks good on just about everybody. And it's not going to look too muddy or too warm, but it's also going to give you like a shadow effect, and that's what you want when you're contouring. And this is the bronzer I use for contouring. I'm just bronzing right now, but when I contour, this is the bronzer that I always use. And to warm up my face with the bronzer, I'm just going in with the Morphe M441 brush. I'm putting some bronzer on my cheekbones. I'm putting some on my forehead, just to kind of even everything up and warm up my skin. And then whatever is left over, I will apply under my jawbone? I don't know, under my chin. Excuse me, y'all. As you can see now, when I've got the concealer and bronzer now, my foundation and everything is where it's coming into place. It looks very natural, it looks very subtle, and I really like that. For blush, I'm going in the Milani blush in Dolce Pink. And what brush is this? I think it's E4. Hold on, girl. Yep, the Morphe E4 brush is what I'm using to apply this. Their Elite 2 collection is bomb. This is the only brush I have from it, but I mean, if all the other brushes are just like this one, they are so soft, so incredible, but still apply just the same. So for my highlight, I'm going in with Becca's Champagne Pop, and it was created by Jaclyn Hill. And girl, oh my gosh, you dropped the most fire highlighter of all time. I love this stuff so much. I use it every day. I don't know, it's so beautiful. It's peachy, it's gold, and it's just magical all at the same time. And look at that. Like, girl, how do you not love that? I apply it to the tops of my cheekbones, my nose, the top of my lip, just to look plumper. And then over top of my eyebrows, just to give them a little lift. And then here, later on, I will be highlighting right below my brow. Oh, yep, right there. Just highlighting below the brow, like I said, to give the brow a little lift, because mine are more on the straight side. Next, I'm going to be finishing off my eyes. I'm going in with the NYX eyeliner in white, and I'm going to be putting that on my waterline. Using a white eyeliner, especially on your waterline, will help open your eyes, and that's what you want in the daytime. You want to look fresh and awake and alive, and that's why I really like using this in the daytime. At nighttime, I would use a black, because it's going to be more sexy, more feminine, and more evening-like. But for daytime, like I said, this is just what I like. Going back in with burnt orange with the Morphe M441 brush. I'm just adding a wash of color under my lash line. I don't want it to be completely lifeless. I do want some color, and I don't want it to cross the smoky line either. I don't want it to be too overbearing. I just want there to be a little something there. And then if you did want it to be more smoky, you could take the Shadow Maple from the Lorac palette, and you could take the Morphe M442 brush or any flat brush and just kind of wiggle that shadow right in between the lash line. It would still be okay for the daytime. I don't usually do this, but I thought I would for the sake of the video. So for lower lashes, I'm using the Benefit They're Real mascara. The cool thing about this mascara is it's got a little spiky ball on the end like you just saw, and it's going to really help to get into those inner and outer corners. That's why I like using it for the lower lash line. It's very, very easy. It's very foolproof. Oh gosh, there's my phone again. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, I really, really like this mascara. So I'm picking up Modern Renaissance again, and I'm using the shade Tempera with a little dainty small lip brush. I'm just applying this to my waterline to make sure that the eyeliner is set and that it won't budge and move all day long. I really struggle with this just because my eye likes to water a lot, so the eyeliner will run at times, but this little eyeshadow trick will really help it. And last, for the lips, I'm using Anastasia's liquid lipstick in the shade Kathryn. I really, really like this shade. It's like a purpley, pinky, red color. I die for these shades. I have like 3 or 4 lipsticks that are just about the same color, but I can't help it. Like, they're all different to me. I really, really like this color. This is the first time I've worn this one, and I fell in love with it all over again. I was pretty pumped to put it on today. And I do apply my lipsticks weird. I will apply them all over and then go in with a lip liner or a lip brush. You'll see me do that here. I just feel like I can be more precise that way. I feel like I am messier if I apply my lip liner or apply my lipstick with a brush first. I don't know, it's just my preference. It's just the way I've always done it. Alright, that completes the look. I hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and of course subscribe. If you have any suggestions for any potential videos in the future, please let me know in the comments and let me know how I can improve. I want to be the best I can be. Thanks. I love you all.